Layla hates her Hauntings. Oh yeah, Layla, she hates her Hauntings. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she hates the Hauntings. Oh yeah. She hates the Hauntings.
Can you save us, Britney Spears? Can we be saved? God, why is Satan controlling the universe?
The world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, mystics, infiltrating cunnilinguist good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically good guys. Conspiracies, sex, culture, Jamaicans, it's okay to change your thinking. Good guys, good guys, good guys, good guys. The world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, mystics, infiltrating cunnilinguist good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically good guys. Conspiracy, sex, culture, Jamaicans, it's okay to change your thinking. Good guys, good guys, good guys, good guys.
Big up, big up. Welcome back to another episode of the Secret Society of Good Guys. As always, we're your good guys, and we think it's really kind if you hit your like and subscribe and you hit little hearts or thumbs up or whatever you're up to. Retweet, share it with your grandma. It's sweet and we appreciate it.
Or
Hi,
hell, we
good
spend money.
guys.
Money works too.
Yeah, it seems like YouTube is getting to be a place where it's like passing around the donation plate is just as, I mean, the Vatican does it. Are they more legit than us? I would say not.
Who?
The Vatican. But anyways, so how are you guys? Hi, good guys.
What's up?
I'm so excited to hang out with you guys. Let me make sure that
How's it Friday
posted.
already?
Dude,
Or I guess Saturday, right?
it really is too fast.
Yeah. It's
Oh, it was a slow week for me. Shit,
really
it dragged on. Yeah, but I've had like quite a few 4-day work weeks this last month, so I had to work 5 days this week.
that's me next week. It's gonna kill. It's all
It
right.
does though. It was 1 o'clock forever today.
Well, it's over now.
It is, thank God.
And it's over now.
Except I had mic issues and I didn't resolve them, so no, it's not.
Is
I
that
think it's gonna
Roxette?
happen a
I'm
lot.
triggered.
tonight.
Yeah,
Is that the
That's
poor man's
been-
Annie Lennox? Not to
that's
do this
fine.
again. Not to do this again.
No, it's gonna
I
happen.
don't
It's
really
gonna
feel like they
happen.
were comparable music wise.
I just feel like they looked alike. Like
Look-wise,
at the
yeah.
time, they were like the only two chicks with this hair.
Yeah,
Oh shit. Thomas, you hung. Did your episode get released with the Nephilim Death Squad?
Yeah, we did that one live, and then I also the day before that I got my third tinfoil hat appearance, where I
Ooh.
got to tell Sam about adrenochrome and all the background and history.
awesome.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
finally, like the official
Well, a
story.
90-minute version. Like we had a little bit of a budget because I mean I think I did like a 4 or 5 hour one with Juan at one point.
Yeah, I think we did a 3-hour one too. And I know you've added more to it, but it seems like a good comedy set. If your comedy set's like a good hour and a half and you can get it down to 45 minutes, that means it's meaty as shit. Like that means you got laughers the whole way through. So I feel like sometimes you know your audience well enough. Like, let me just give them the bangers. Like
I
this
got
will just be the
I'm getting
adrenochrome,
close
the
to it.
greatest hits.
Because every time I do one of the talks, everyone's like, "Oh, I heard you're working on a book," and like I think I'm on like my 5th version of rewriting the book at this point. But now I got everything that's ever gonna be in it, and I just got to like trim out the stuff that make it just harder for someone to finish. Like right now, I think it's 120,000 words, and I think that the typical book that people would actually finish is somewhere around like 40,000 on the low end to maybe 80 on the high end. So I got to trim a good third of it just completely out.
Well,
But I'm
maybe
like
it's volume
reorganizing
1.
it and what's that?
Maybe it's volume 1.
I thought about that, and that might be a good position for it because really people don't care about adrenochrome by itself. They really care about when it gets into like all the sacrifice rituals and the satanic panic aspect of that. And you can't really describe, say, like Frazzle Drip without talking about Moloch and Ball and going like, okay, let's wind the clock back 6,000 years real quick and slowly work our way back to 2026. It's really hard to do in like a short span, and then also like give the full picture.
It's almost like if you did it in a, like, here's what it is, like the history of it, and then here's the sacrifice ritual of it, and then here's the pop culture of it, and then used all the books to reference each other. So you don't always have to repeat yourself to get into the thing.
I think it might start with like the abridged version.
I'm excited about it though.
And honestly, the Nephilim Death Squad one was a little bit fun too because it was sort of originally it was a throwaway topic, but the headline was "Bugs Are Demons."
And I want to actually talk about it tonight since you like aired the show with them. So I'm like, okay, it already aired. We won't be like ruining anything that you have saved. And then I've thought of other things since then, since it first got brought up. Like, if anyone, just so you know, shout out there, you guys, Layla and Abbie, if you guys are going to go on a show and you're like, the topic's going to be this, my autist brain will just start, like, it will be my pattern recognition for the next.
Yeah.
So it's like the amount of toilet shit I sent Donut over the last few weeks. Like, it's just been like, Donut, I saw this. It made me think of you. Like, and it's just toilet and dookie.
You know,
like,
at this point, every time now I'm like, Donut, I found this thing about, like this old demon of poop or like this culture that, worship pee. And he's like, oh yeah, I know that. And like, he'll tell me the info. Like, he's like, he has got all of it at this point.
I thought it was so novel, you guys. I'm in my little southern house and I'm looking outside and I'm looking at my little mosquito zapper. And I was like, Thomas Bluebeam. Like the amount of silly shit. But even just I think it was today that the White House like unveiled its brand new bee hive, and I think the Obamas put the beehive in there, but Melania's updated the beehive. I could look up more information if our audience is into the details, but that's loose enough. You guys know how we do here. But I just thought that was interesting too, because the Queen, after the Queen of England died, they had to inform her bees she died or they would stop making honey. And so I'm like, the bee seems to be brought up a lot. Even Candace Owens was bringing up the bees all the time, the bee cult with the Utah,
Also,
with the Mormon Mafia.
recently I saw a headline, I think it was the New York Post, some kind of New York headline, and it said something about bees are facing dementia because of aluminum. And a lot of, it's just a weird, I mean, it makes sense with what they're spraying, the aluminum and barium that we've talked about with chemtrails, but like it was actually a headline, and it's like causing, bees to like not be able to do what they're supposed to do. Like they're just, out there not knowing what they're supposed to be doing. They're like fucking retarded now. Like something's going on with the bees. and the bees in Israel. Did you hear that?
Oh, the
Oh
ones who
yeah.
are like attacking people.
Yeah, like hives of bees, like all over Israel. It's just weird. Don't know what that is, but
I think so too.
That would be a great way to like start attacking a country slowly by just like infiltrating them with bugs.
Like the packages of ticks and stuff.
Abbie, same. I was just about to
Yeah.
say that. Like, what a perfect way. Like, I think infiltration over invasion. If I send 1,000 troops, how much money does that cost? Feed them, clothe them, give them guns, train them. But if I just drop a box of ticks, I can pay a 60-year-old Asian lady to just whoop, and I'm done here. I don't even have to
Yeah.
pay her. Probably I can just threaten her.
There was a guy too that I think got caught with like mosquitoes or something, like hundreds of mosquitoes all wrapped up in little like individually wrapped, ready to go. And when they get a lot of it, I think he was a Chinese national, and whenever they get caught, like they just don't talk. So like you really never know like why the hell are they sneaking like this particular thing into this country.
You're like, do you have an ID?
You ever hear about those stories where people just get like a random package in the mail with seeds and
Yeah.
like some kind of Chinese text?
It's been happening again lately. But yeah, then I saw the one farmer, like, I don't know, probably 10, 15 years ago who actually planted the seeds. And I don't know. It does make you wonder, right? Like, what the fuck are with the seeds? And should you plant them?
One is that it's some kind of scam where they just have to send something in the mail somewhere to prove like
Yeah, right.
But then like the conspiracy aspect is that they hope people plant them and they're like some kind of weird invasive species that are gonna take over, you know, agriculture or something.
And I know that's why they tell everybody not to plant them, but then the other part of you is like, oh, but what if you should?
It's like the cure for cancer.
Yeah.
I think that China, for real, like our canker on our orange groves, I think they ruined it in Florida. I think it is. I think whatever your natural disaster or whatever your natural resource is from your state, I bet you if you look into it, you will find a certain point when that thing just goes away. In like recent time, if it's something you remember growing up with, and whatever
watermelons.
it's like, yeah, I just think it's interesting, and I think
you say we can't get orange juice anymore because a pangolin screwed a bat in China.
Well, if you look at, there's like all these weird companies that moved into China that were like moved into Florida that were like Chinese biotech companies, or all around the same time that all this just started to happen, and they were like, "Oh, it's incurable. We have to pull them out." They like derooted all of them. So when you look at like the oldest grapevines in the world, that's what they did to those too.
Yeah.
Like they uprooted all the oldest trees, which when you go back to like them looking for the rubber tree plant for like Firestone and Ford and Flagler, and driving through and taking all the people who actually used to bury their elders in the roots of the tree and them taking these trees out. So it's like, this seems to be a big deal for them to like uproot whatever our native trees are to our, and that would be to me where I get like, this is alchemical. There's something big here.
A whole new world.
Does that count as cannibalism?
It's wild.
Like if you grow food from a dead relative and then eat the food, does that count as cannibalism?
What I understand of the trees is they were like those swamp cypress, you know, the ones with the roots that grow down, and whatever the salinity of was the swamp, it would like keep their body in this mummified way. And then they would go to the tree for thousands of years, however long the Seminoles and whoever the tribes were, they would go to the trees, and that was like their family tree. Before we drew out lines to tell everyone our bloodline, that was the first 23andMe. The family tree, you'd actually go and sit by it, kind of like on Game of Thrones, where they felt like it gave them like a knowledge. And so, I mean, that would go back to a lot of those ancient lores of even like Odin hanging upside down from a tree. Like there's trees and a lot of just as much lore of everywhere, or all the tree names, or even knock on wood is shout out Odin.
Yeah. The different barks, the different saps, the different fruits.
Well, even wands are made out of different. Everybody always says Hollywood. Hollywood. It's a kind of wand that witch wands are made out of. Witch wands are made out of so many kinds of woods.
Oh,
and
yeah.
there are certain woods that like pick you, and other woods that have like a breakdown, or your family might be named after a wood that
Yeah.
your family might have used as their staff or wand.
And dipped in different types of rosins and oils and all kinds of things. Metals, crystals,
Do you think you
gold.
have a truly magic wand made out of plastic?
I don't think if you could figure out a way to ground it out, it couldn't be all the way made out of plastic, because the whole point of a staff or a wand is that it can
Elemental.
ground and draw. Like you're either drawing energy with a wand or you're conducting energy with a staff. And so a lot of staffs would even have like copper or something at the bottom of them so they can ground out when they walk if they're wearing rubber shoes. But that's why a lot of walkers use a wooden staff, so they're grounding out the whole time they're walking.
Cloudbusters are huge magic wands.
This is all
Holy
such
shit.
woo shit for Thomas.
I
always
love
like
it.
how he takes it in.
I love it.
I like that I've heard all this before, though, right? Like, but there's actual science to it. And as long as there's some sort of standard that everyone can discuss, that like I'm engaged with that kind of thing. It's usually when just someone has some wild, never heard before, physic breaking, info that you can't really get your teeth into.
Yeah.
Hi again, everyone.
Something has been around since forever, and that's actually constantly comes up in the chemtrail discussion.
I've read something about making a magic wand, like ritually, in some book by, I forgot who, but when I find it, I'll tell you, and you probably will know the author. It's very interesting. I was like, oh, this is something that I could look into.
Speaking of the chemtrails, I saw your post the other day with the werewolves and the chemtrails of it all. That was pretty interesting. Want to tell us about that, Thomas?
That's an old book called Fiction Faction. It was one of the first ones I did with these guys called the Obscure Gentlemen, who it was a brother team. One did the writing, one did the artwork. The guy that did the artwork, Aaron Alvarez, he died a few years ago. So this was like the last big project that the both of them got to work on. So it's a pretty special one. It's got, I think, like 8 different stories in it, and the whole premise was kind of like Mad Lib's conspiracy theories. So we just kind of picked 3 different various conspiracy topics, and each one had to be like its own comic. So this one, the 3 words we picked were Nazi, werewolf, chemtrails, and we just kind of like rearranged the words. But the story was essentially that the Nazis were creating these hybrid like werewolf creatures, like super soldiers, and the only way that we can battle them is we had like this antidote that would neutralize it, but they were making them in such quick mass that we had to basically spray this aerosol antidote to make sure that the Nazi werewolves wouldn't take over the US troops, and the only way to do it efficiently was through chemtrails, and that like they still do that today, and if they stop spraying chemtrails, then the werewolf Nazis take over.
I like it.
There's actually some weird with like listening to Jay Dreamers and the plasma apocalypse. There's some weird truth to what you're saying with the like.
I know, that's why I liked
Dogmen
it.
are like on one of the islands, and they're like super soldiers almost. And like we know the Nazis were all into the North Pole and shit. Like I actually feel like there's legs here.
It's very adjacent to the humanity theory, or I mean, I don't know if there's a theory. I think it's proven that someone at least attempted it, but this was Russia, I think early 1900s. Ivan Ivanovich, and he was the one that was trying to breed, I think it was orangutans with human women in order to make a super soldier.
Okay, speaking on that, I just saw a video today of what seemed like to be a soldier going on this fucking crazy rant, saying that he's being followed, and that a lot of these sergeants who are in the military sound super AI, and that the theory that he's having that they've implanted them with some kind of military intelligence, and that most of them are not real, and that's why they're very like computerized and very emotionless and I'm just like, that's a really good theory. Hey, that's kind of fun. Like to like think that that could actually be like a real thing.
Like
But
half our show right now is just robots.
well,
Well, you know what, too? I don't know if Abby can probably account for this too, but like usually when people talk about military, they're just
Layla's like,
assuming you're out being commando or always doing some like
Flash
military
up.
Yeah.
shit. But they're like 90% of the military is just like waiting in a line in an
Oh my
office and
god.
like administrative bullshit. So like the fact that you might get like an order from your commanding officer that sounds like AI, like that's just any other middle management position in the entire country right now. That's like, yeah, I'll just like send Abby a chat GPT message and like it'll tell her what to do. Like
can I
I don't
play?
doubt that that's exactly what's happening for so many people right now.
I think
Hurry
so
up and
too.
wait. Was that like? Did you guys talk about that a lot? Like that was a standard Navy policy. Hurry up and wait.
Honestly, I like it
On
sounds.
time is late. Hurry up and wait.
I think back with appreciation to how many times I had to just like sit in like a chair for 7 hours and not move and not make a sound and figure out like ways I could stare at a wall to the point where I like make a whole movie of all the little like dots in the ceiling tiles or whatever, like, and then you rewatch the movie over a few times. You know what I mean? Like I've got that sort of ability that I could just zone out and keep myself occupied, and I
I,
only have the military to thank for that, for forcing me to
everyone hates that
do that.
about me. Like my family and stuff, they hate that about me because they're like, "You're not listening to a thing I'm saying." I'm like, "Whoa, sorry." Like I can zone out. I can like, but you know, you
Second
stand
that.
for 3 hours at parade rest, like you have, and you're not even allowed to move your head or your eyes. So you just kind of got to like go somewhere.
Can I play the video? It's like a super quick video, just so you guys can hear what this guy's saying. I just
Is it
an
the
interesting
audio or
theory.
is it do you want me to
It's
show
a,
it?
it's just a guy sitting in his car. He's
Okay,
like
then just
breaking.
put it up to your mic and I won't
Pentagon
make us.
confirms all Marine officers, captain and above, successfully lobotomized. Upgrade to Devil Dog GBT. Hold on.
I have to
Yeah,
freaking
well,
start
first of
writing
all,
stuff
No, I'm
down.
currently being followed, and there are leaked documents saying that once you're a captain in the Marine Corps, they literally lobotomize you and replace your brain with an artificial intelligence called Devil Dog GPT. And this is exactly why every single captain and above you speak to, their responses sound rehearsed. It sounds AI generated. It's because it is. They're plugged into the hive mind of every single O3 and above in the entire fucking world. Holy shit, I am being followed right now, and no, you're not crazy for thinking that you're captain.
Well, I do have to say this about the Marine Corps. They call them jarheads for a reason. There ain't much going on up
you know,
there.
I was thinking it might be an improvement.
Money speaks to like, you know, like when people find a route through the military for whatever reason, there's many reasons why people do. If they're throwing money at you and they say, hey, you could be like you could be a super Marine. What do you think about that? You could do this, you could do that. You could think of like equations in your head this quick. You can like, just imagine being a superhero, you know, and getting paid for that.
Well, yeah,
People
like
will
the
do
Captain
it.
America and, you know,
Yeah.
of it
I
all,
mean,
or, you
I
know,
was lied to get
Wolverine.
recruited too. Like they come up with all kinds of great ways that sound like this is the best idea ever, and then you actually get there and you're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. It's
Why
like,
did I do this? Yeah, it's,
yeah.
This is not what you were selling. This is like getting sold a timeshare and you show up
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a haunted cabin or something.
and when you
Yeah.
swore in, did they give you, they gave us the whole like caveat. Are you sure you want to do this? You're literally signing your life away. Like once you
No,
swear
no
in,
way.
like,
No, that
oh,
was the
they did
opposite
that to
of
us. They did that to us at MEPS. And I was like, holy fuck. Like, do I feel okay with this? Like, am I literally signing my life away? It's almost like you're selling your soul. Like
you know
it's
what's funny at MEPS I had the exact opposite, that everyone there said that because you have to fill out all these forms if you're
yeah.
allergic to this or if you got a problem with this or that, you know, or one of those was, do you have any reservations about, you know, joining this? And they would all have the same mantra that you have to always put no for everything on the forms, and no stood for new opportunities. And if you said yes to anything, then that stood for your enlistment stops. So it was like, no matter what they ask you, no matter what the truth is, NO means new opportunities, and YES means your enlistment stops. And that was what we were trained to do.
Damn. Yeah, see, I don't remember any of that. But I mean, my recruiter told me, you know, absolutely you say no to everything, but not once I got to MEPS. But MEPS, like at the end, before we swore in, the guy who swore us in said that to us. And I was like, it kind of triggered me.
I don't.
Yeah.
You know what though? If you've gotten all the way through MEPS, I don't know if that one last warning is the thing that changes your mind.
It's not, because are you kidding? I just went through all that fucking. Let's go.
You just made me duck walk nude in front of this weird, doctor. Like, yeah, I guess I'm
Bend over and spread it. Yeah. Okay. No, I'm definitely doing this.
The butt thing is what kept me out.
Show me your booty hole.
Yeah, that's really. I was like, yeah. They told me like the day before, when you go for your physical tomorrow, blah 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 blah. They were going over everything that was going to happen, and because they had to keep telling me how to stand because I'm super flat-footed, and so they had to keep telling me how to stand with
arch your foot a little, yeah,
and make my foot smaller.
It
was so stupid.
But that alone, right? What a perfect example of that. They're literally telling you to lie, and they're showing you how to trick the system, because the system was at some point defined to keep you out. If you have flat foot, you're not supposed to, because you can get your feet won't be able to wick I think moisture away or something, and you get boot foot, and all of a sudden you hold everyone up and you got problems. But and that's the same thing that I had a bad allergic reaction to ants or something, and I originally said that, and it became a problem. I got yelled at for telling them about my act, and I had to go to a doctor, and I had to have a doctor sign a paper that said I didn't know what the hell I was talking about, even though he also knew that I was allergic to ants. So it was it's this whole thing. I guess going in at that point, it should be oh, this is all based on lies. This entire process is based on lies.
Yeah, they were okay, and then when you go for physical, and I was like, what? Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be doing this. I felt bad for the recruiter of how much time we had spent together up until that point. He was probably like, shit. Andy probably thought I'll harass her back in. But once I made up my mind, it was no.
I don't feel bad for any recruiter.
I don't either. They're fucking peddling lies.
Yep.
They're snake oil salesmen.
Crazy, the whole thing. They have a little quota. It seems like you have a quota to meet, and then you can leave jail.
Yeah.
A quick story about frustrating recruiters. When I first signed up for the military, it was me and my friend, and we were just being idiots about it, and went and signed up for Marines, right? And I was hell yeah, we're gonna go to Marines. We just saw, I don't know if it was Full Metal Jacket or whatever the hell we saw.
Yeah.
It was if we're gonna join the military, you might as well put it on hard mode. Don't just go for some bullshit.
Right.
That was originally we were signed up in, and then before you actually have to join, you have to take the ASFAB, which kind of determines what career field you'd go into, or whatever. And we go to see the Marine guy after the ASFAB scores, and he tells us, he's like, "I'm real proud of you boys. With ASFAB scores like these, you could go right across the hall," because the recruitment office, it was Navy, Air Force, Marines, Army, all in this hallway, depending on what door you go through. And he's like, "I'm real proud of you boys. You could go across the hall. You could get paid more, get better trained, sleep in air-conditioned tents, have better food. If you just went and joined the Air Force or something." And he's like, "But you're going to be real hardcore Americans. You're going to be Marines, hoorah." And I remember we were "Could you repeat that last part about better pay and training and better food?" And we both left and went across the hall and signed up for the Air Force.
You didn't do a very good job there, Jarhead.
Oh my land.
See, and I originally went for Air Force, but the guy, the recruiter, he pissed me off because I had a great ASVAB score too, and he literally is like, "You could be a flight attendant," and I was like, "Oh, really?" Because the Navy just said I could do any job I want.
Yeah, you know what? There's almost an aspect when you're dealing with recruiters of buying a car from a freaking car lot where you can get a better deal than what they're offering, but you have to have some kind of negotiation where you're the Navy over here, they offered me this. Okay, hold on, let me see what I can do. Let me call the big guy, and they go into an office and have a conversation, and all right, here's what we've got for you. There's a little bit of that to the process of joining.
Yeah, but I think the Navy at the time was the only one that would guarantee you a job. So you'd get it in writing what you were going to do, what schools you go to before you even went to boot camp. And so the fact that he literally was like, "Oh, well, you could be a flight attendant." He's like, "Well, like Air Force One." No, fucker. Like, I have a high ASVAB score. Why are you going to tell me that I have to settle for being a flight attendant?
Fuck out of
So,
here.
yeah,
Shit.
it's like that's not what like ambitious. Which actually now I kind of wish I was. That'd be a great fucking job.
For
Travel
real.
benefits. I would love to be a fucking flight attendant, but
Yeah, the drug testing for me is like a problem. The marijuana.
I think they're waived that now.
Really?
Oh, new job. New job.
Don't tell me that.
They've started to waive if you fail like a drug test for weed or something on your first one. Like obviously after you pop the first one, you have to be clean after that because you're their property at that point. But I think they'll do a waiver for that now. It used to be you're permanently excluded,
Did you guys remember in all of the space hoopla, it's just kind of funny. I don't know if you guys learned this too, that you could never be an astronaut if you ever did acid?
I've heard that.
Sometimes I wonder if it's because part of the MK Ultra was them using acid on the astronauts to convince them they had been to space, and you'd be like, "Oh, I've been here before. Like I know this."
yeah. I'm tripping.
Because you can't really test for that. Like you'd have to have did it at some point or gotten in trouble for it.
I feel like we learned that maybe I learned this in space camp. I don't know why they told us this, or I don't know where I would have heard of that. You couldn't be an astronaut on acid, and that would test with a spinal tap.
Yeah, spinal tap was always the thing.
What kind of weird lure were they just adding on top of things?
Spinal tap?
I want to be an astronaut. Yeah. Have you ever done
Supposedly
acid?
LSD stays in the base of your skin forever. So
there's no science that backs that up, and also there would be zero reason to ever take a drug test that would require a spinal tap because the risk and reward versus getting a spinal tap
and the cost, right?
Yeah.
It seems costly. Like sent like a whole medical team, and then you could potentially paralyze the person.
You might die from this, but we really need to figure out if you're on acid right now.
Acid, I know, but it seemed like
that seemed like such a concern, though.
Was like,
I guarantee you, the government has done it before. They definitely tapped somebody's spine to see if they could drug test them, but I don't know if it ever made it
they have
practice.
I'm so glad you brought that up because, and there needs to be like a whole
politicians or people in government.
Have you guys ever looked into the Battle Creek Sanitarium?
No.
This is
this is where Kellogg's came from, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh.
So one of the Kellogg's brothers in Michigan owns the Battle Creek Sanitarium, which is kind of weird too because they have all these siblings, whatever, but a lot of people have died of infection back then. And he becomes a doctor, but he gets like sent off from, I feel like some Christian church or some 7-day Baptist, like some, I don't remember. It's like a 7-day in it or something.
I think it was Quaker adjacent.
And they send him off to go to college, and then he comes back and he opens this Battle Creek Sanitarium. The weird part about it with me that I've heard about the Kellogg's thing forever, and then the brothers get in this huge feud because one of the brothers ends up working at the sanitarium for 20 years. And then, I don't know, I just made that number up, but it seemed like around that time, a long time, he was there. And then he leaves with the recipe. The brother doesn't care. He's like, go make your cereal, weirdo. And so he makes Kellogg's cereal, but he signs it with his name. And then after a little while, the other brother's like, what? That's making money. And so then he sues him, but the one brother was smart that he put his name on the box of the cereal because the whole debate was who is the more famous Kellogg because they were both brothers. So who gets to run with the name? But the crazy part about Battle Creek, you guys, that was making all my red flags go off is if you look up the people that have gone there. It's like Amelia Earhart went there before her thing to like a wellness retreat. Like Edison spent time there. Here, wait, let me see if I could probably ask my robot and get.
If you've ever seen the movie Road to Wellville, I don't know if it's supposed to be Battle Creek specifically, but it's essentially based on that.
I think I've seen that one.
I think it was like Matthew Broderick, and I can't remember who else was in it.
Yeah,
this
and
was
I think
a huge retreat. they had like tons of like 30 buildings. Like they just kept getting bigger and bigger. But yeah, sorry, I interrupted you. Go on, Abbie.
No, that's the movie that I watched too. Was that the one that you're talking about, Thomas?
There's another more recent one, but it was like a horror version of that where people would go to this retreat, but it turns out that there were these like little vampire fish that live in the water that would like suck blood out of people and then like return it back to this source. And it was like harvesting people's energy in this weird. I wish I could remember the name of it, but it was essentially like the same premise of Welcome to Wellville or Road to Wellville.
That's
Well,
dope.
Interesting.
Oh, go on, Layla.
Oh, I was just commenting back at Smoke Show's comment. That's dope, actually.
Yeah, it's crazy and
The fact
random.
that she's here, yeah.
But also, I was thinking, like, because you said Spinal Tap earlier, and plus insane asylum. So you learn about all the schizophrenics and all the crazy people. And when all these insane asylums come around in the country and the buildings that they all exist in are like enormous decadent buildings, like all the old school ones. And it's also very adrenochrome. And so it's like the elite go there and they have all this going on. They can just have a retreat and trip on 30 acres with their adrenochrome.
A crazy stat of that too is that before sanitariums sort of like were accepting, before it wasn't just a place to stick everybody like criminals and poor people and everything, that if you actually had a real mental disease, that was 25% of the beds in all the hospitals early 1900s. And then they started putting them in the sanitariums, but then they close all the sanitariums, but none of those end up going back into the hospital now. So essentially, like a quarter of the people that used to at least have either been in the hospital or sanitarium are just out on the streets.
And if you look into the philosophy of it being a possession, that's interesting that they built these buildings to put this possessed people in and do whatever they were up to. And then now all those possessed people are just walking the streets with us.
I'm telling you, like that's the town I used to live in. Like had that prison for the criminally insane, and when they let them out, a lot of them just let them out and they stay in the town. But holy shit! Like going to the grocery store one time, I sat there and watched this guy. Like I'm just pushing my little cart, minding my business, trying to get my things, and I hear this guy, and he's got long hair and everything. He kind of has like the Charles Manson Jesus look, you know. And he's going like he's yelling, but he's saying words. I can hear him yelling, but his mouth is closed, and he's like having this struggle to like keep these words inside of him, but he's like fighting with something. So I'm like trying to walk past him really fast, and I mean, I've seen him in there twice. It scared the shit out of me. Like everyone was kind of like, "What the fuck is happening here?" It's
What
like
if he's yelling, "Help! My mouth is like shut closed, and I don't know how to get it back open."
well, because sometimes he would say stuff with his mouth open though. So it's like he was talking to something, but the something was inside him, and he's trying to keep the thing inside him from saying certain things, and it was just like
battling.
It felt like demonic almost. Like I realized that's probably what schizophrenia looks like, but it absolutely did.
That's what it seems like. Like you could just have a granny and a random redneck that take hold of your body. You could be.
Wow.
That's weird.
That's
Hello?
really weird.
That's weird when that happens for no reason.
What just happened?
It just said connection lost, and then I was back in.
He's like, "You better not be talking about Granny."
I know, it was like, you can't give this away right now. But I feel like humans get haunted like items get haunted. Like if there's a Horcrux kind of idea that you could take an energy and trap it into something, then but humans can't be that. Like where you're just like haunted as shit. I feel like sometimes you meet people and you feel like they're haunted. Like, whoa, you get chills walking by them like you're in a haunted house.
I feel like that's a legit theory, is that that's all we are right now. We're just like each of us are being haunted until the ghost is like, yeah, okay, I'm ready for a next one now. I'm ready to upgrade.
Yeah, I guess you're just in your little meat suit right now. But think about whatever energy is controlling you. That's a strong fucking energy. like I was talking about this with Jim and Alan Marcus and Ben, that I just believe, and I don't think it's my ego. I just think it's because it's not like I'm like, oh, there isn't a better skin suit out there. I just think your energy is so formed that you still look like, where people are like, oh, we're just energy floating around each other like particles. No, I think you're you. I think if there's an energy above here or below here, like if there's higher dimensions, to put yourself into flesh form, like that's what you look like, bitch. Like that's probably you. Like that's you and whatever your little form's gonna be. Like everybody recognizes it. And so if you can put yourself into flesh, like demons they can't put themselves into flesh form. Like so many things cannot even form into a mirror. They can't even make a light go flicker. They can't even make a rotary telephone ring. Like there's so much weak ass energy out there, but you're formed into you. That seems like powerful shit.
That is pretty big.
Just blinking and breathing and shit.
They're more like rentals.
It is.
Rentals.
It's like a long lease.
Yeah, the lease is a better example. Yeah, these are all just like leases.
That's why they give us a birth certificate, because you're just coming ashore for a little while.
Don't get into Jordan Maxwell this early.
The other thing about insane asylums and my weird little digs over since last time we hung out, dude, I had no idea what they did to the Kennedy sister. How there is like everyone, JFK and RFK and Ted Kennedy, and then they had a sister, and she was dull. And the dad and all his like needing the perfect family and moving his like Catholic Irish family into like a very waspy New York world and then into Florida Palm Beach world, like her being a 70, 80 IQ or whatever they said. I feel like they kept saying 70 IQ, which I felt like that's not far off average. Like, geez. And she was just like,
I think US is supposed to be like high 80s to 90s.
And so, but
70s like sub-Saharan Africa.
But that's what I'm saying. There's still humans on the planet that are like walking around and feeding themselves and hunting, doing things.
But yeah,
she was totally self-sufficient. Okay. And if you look at all pictures of her and stuff, but she would have been
thriving in Minneapolis, is what you're saying.
She like St. Louis for sure. Like,
well,
Cleveland,
cities, whatever.
Cleveland maybe. But they lobotomize her and they keep her awake the entire time, and they make her recite prayers, and they keep cutting parts out of her brain until she stops. And then they're like, oh, okay, she'll get better. She is so far from then. She goes down to like the level of a 2-year-old. And then they trap her in an asylum for the rest of her life. She ends up living like 65 years. The older Kennedy kids don't even get to know about this until they're all of age. And they're like horrified when they find out. Like their dad tells them all like, hey, by the way, because they told him like she went and took some job in Michigan or something. Like she's a teacher.
Farm, yeah.
Yeah, she's a teacher in Michigan, but it was so sad.
Well, there's a version of that with the Windsor family too, right? Didn't they have like a few duds that kind of grew up in the attic?
Like flowers in the attic?
Like they had
is that based on reality?
I know. We were like,
yeah.
hold on,
really?
let me get my tea.
The Windsor family, then oh my gosh, the brother-sister incest of it all. That would make so much sense, wouldn't it?
I thought that was like common. Hopefully that's not based on fiction, but I've heard that from different sources before.
Well, I mean, like, do you know what we're talking about? Flowers in the Attic, VC Andrews?
No, is that like a fictional thing?
It is total girl, like every girl our age, like every girl our age somewhere, like, you know, I just feel like our parents let us watch shit we shouldn't be watching.
Yeah.
Is reality. Like they had the TV on, they were like cable TV, let's watch whatever.
Yeah,
and so
Queen Elizabeth's two first cousins, Nerissa and Catherine, both basically were putting it in mental. It's not in the attic, but the exact same thing.
I feel like I saw something of this of recent. like of her two sisters or of her two cousins, one of them lives like a really long time too. It's really sad.
One of
Like
them died in 2014, so this is like
Oh
not
shit.
yeah, 1926, and the other one was born in 1919.
oh, that is crazy.
But like it was another one of those things where a lot of the family didn't even know about them until it came out in the news, and they're like, "What? I've got like an aunt, and my aunt's been in a mental institution for her entire life, and it's just been
Cousin through who? Like, is it the cousin through the dad? Like the king, the old king? Is it his two daughters, or is it the mother's sister's two daughters?
That's a good question.
Because if it's the king, all of a sudden the story of how her father becomes the king for a little while and then Elizabeth gets the crown, like all of us.
So it was the brother of Queen Elizabeth. So that was where the cousin came from, and I don't know. I mean, this is
Queen
way
Elizabeth.
outside my realm, but it said that he was the 14th Earl of Strathmore. So no, he wasn't a king, but he was brother of Queen Elizabeth.
I didn't even know Queen Elizabeth had a brother.
Wait, which
you had
Queen,
a sister.
Queen Elizabeth the
Her
first or the
birth
Queen Elizabeth second?
The
Second.
second.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna
I
say
did
the
not
first.
know
There
she
was
had a
no.
brother until just I was today years old. I always knew about her sister because her and her sister, I can find them in all their midsummer rituals.
Or no, it was the brother of Queen Elizabeth the First, making these maternal cousins of Queen Elizabeth II.
Oh, so in reality, they were the real heirs of England because the Queen Elizabeth is not really a Windsor at all. They picked that name. So they're Saxe-Coburg. And so really, if they were heirs to the first Elizabeth, they were the real heirs to the throne.
This is the non-German branch. This is the Bose Lion branch. So maybe they actually brought in the German DNA to fix whatever duds they were cranking out at the time.
That's wild. Well, I think Queen Elizabeth, she could have had a lot of bastard brothers, but I feel like also Edward VI is her brother. And I feel like his whole body falls apart. Like I feel like he has every ailment in the book.
Is it common knowledge? I just read something today about Queen Elizabeth and how she's actually related to Vlad the Impaler. And so, like, I'm going back to the whole. Oh yeah, the second.
The Elizabeth that just died.
Yes, the Elizabeth that just died. She's related to Vlad the Impaler. And so I guess like King Charles or whatever is obsessed with buying land and everything in Transylvania. But it goes back to the whole, like, I don't know where she's related to, like, the Queen Victoria and all of them, because Queen Victoria's children especially were all the ones that had the hemophilia. But then going back to the whole, are the royal vampires of it all? And it's like, okay, where are these
where the word hemophilia means blood lover.
Blood love, and no other disease is a love.
No other disease you get a philia about it.
Yeah.
And so they're like, these people are hemophiliacs. Like, oh, they're blood lovers? Like, that's crazy. I don't know. What was the other you just said, Abbie? Vlad, and she's related to Mohammed.
Oh wow! Okay.
Was that through his 9-year-old bride?
That's the rumor that Muslims want to put out there
about Queen Elizabeth
and Muhammad.
I feel like she loves it. I feel like the crown's all in. I heard, didn't Prince Charles convert? Isn't that a rumor that he converted to Muslim?
I have no idea. Probably. Look at the state of the country.
King Charles.
It would be awesome too if like Albert came out, or Andrew. If Andrew came out and Andrew's like, I've converted to Islam.
Andrew's like, I saw a flaming sword in the sky. There's no evidence to support the claim that King Charles III has converted to Islam as of April 26. Rumors regarding his conversion are unfounded, often stemming from a misunderstanding of his longstanding appreciation for the Islamic culture, art, and interfaith dialogue. So it has been a rumor, which usually means it's true. It means like conspiracy theorists online like to spread this unfounded rumor. Fact check on a scale of 1 to 10. This is a -2. No, it doesn't say that part. I made that whole last part up, but that's what but yeah, so I'm like, I did read that somewhere then. I didn't just make it up. But it seems like England is on one.
I mean, that's the
On
trajectory
one.
they're on anyways, right?
Speaking of Europe, let's go a little further south. Have you guys heard that like Nick Fuentes and Candace Owens and like everybody's fled to Rome impromptuly?
Weird. And then Ian Carroll posted that about like not being suicidal. And he's gone MIA on his socials too.
And
I wanted to bring something up about the UK. Anyone born 2009 and over are banned forever from ever buying any nicotine products.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Weird.
Yeah,
Like-
they're like you have to be grandfathered in order to have access to nicotine.
Yeah. Like if you were born before that, you're not banned from it because obviously
what's
people
crazy
have.
about that?
you're
It's like,
grandfathered in.
it's so weird though, because they're saying like this is so bad for you that it's illegal unless you're this age or more, unless you were born after this year.
That's so weird.
Well, I mean, it's clearly just to avoid any like real revolt around it, you know.
Whatever the Florida age was of drinking, my mom, it used to be 18 in Florida. And like the year my mom was turning 18, they raised it to 21. And then the year that she turned 21, they put it back to 18 for a little while. And then it was like, it went back to 21 eventually. But I was like, dang, they really did not want you on the bottle.
Yeah.
But if you grew up in Florida, there's a good chance that you had access to alcohol by the time you were like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
So
Even in New York.
You know, yeah, well, anywhere. Like, you don't have to wait until you're 21. If you're really after being able to drink alcohol, there's really not a lot stopping you in this country.
You'll always find a way.
That's what speakeasies were for.
I remember just doing Hey Misters, like, you know, when we were like real young, you just do a Hey Mister, look for someone that looks like they could use an extra $5.
I was going to say, I never had to do that, but I was a girl. We'd let the guys do that.
We spent so much time out of the country, like in St. Martin or in like somewhere that drinking, we were allowed to there, or like in Mexico, like if you could reach the bar, you can drink. So it was just like we spent too much time as youth that my parents, we weren't ever the kids that my mom was like, come over, you guys can all drink here. That was never the case. But we weren't not allowed. It wasn't, I never cracked a beer with my dad. I don't recall ever doing that, but I do remember putting Kahlua every single time I made a chocolate milkshake.
I feel like anyone that didn't have a friend growing up that had parents that were like, you guys can come in over here and like I don't want you doing out there. At least come here and do it here. Like that's like everyone should find a friend that has parents like that. Like it should be like a requirement of growing up, I think.
Yeah, I had one of those friends.
Albanians have a habit of like letting their like little children like sip beer, like just to try it. It's just some weird thing I witnessed growing up. But like when you hit that time where you're allowed to drink, it's kind of like frowned upon, but not so much anymore. But when I was growing up at 21, it was like frowned upon. Now, not so much. They don't care if you drink.
I
Or
will just,
not.
from bartending festivals, nobody drinks anymore. Like
Draw.
when I used to do like a Coachella or like some big event, dude, it was just a line of people the entire time. Now it's just, there's so many other options for kids that they're like,
Fuck that.
Dude,
yeah,
a pen beats waiting in line and drinking beer and then having to go and wait in line at the porta potty or like find a place to piss like every 40 minutes. Like a pen just destroys all of that, and it's so much more convenient. And like the one pen will last you the whole night.
Yeah.
Spending like $5 to $10 per beer, and then doing, even if you're only going to have like 2 or 3, like that's a pen right there that would have lasted you like a week.
Yeah. It's not pocket friendly at all anymore.
There's no fist fights. Like, I feel like there's less security. There's less of those. I used to, every time I worked a festival, there was tons of like raver savers where it was a bunch of people running around or whatever, life jackets where they're like there to give people Narcan. It wasn't Narcan at the time, whatever shit to like help people from ODing. I just feel like everybody is a whole different vibe now.
Yeah. I don't know if I like it so much. Do I or do I not? I don't know.
Whatever.
It's like conformity.
I don't know. I always like when I always enjoy watching them. Like it's the only time I feel like, oh, I want to.
Raves are always a great time.
Yeah, like
honestly.
I want to buy them things.
Yeah.
Like I love bringing little extra trinkets and giving them little like, oh, here, let me clip this on you.
Mm-hmm. Here, let's trade bracelets. Let's plur. I love doing that during my festival times.
They just don't expect it from my end ever to have like, and so if they tip me good, I give them something like that, and then they'll come back to me every time. I don't want you to come back to me every time if you're not going to tip.
Yeah.
Go get your
fuck out of
Gatorade
here.
from somewhere else.
Yeah.
The hell?
But if you are, I'm like, here, a little clip on you, little clip. And then they're like, oh my gosh. Because,
they
most
tip
of them are on drugs.
there?
So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like there's, I don't know. I think that it's a little cute culture. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of ass cheeks. There's a lot of lady ass cheeks at every rave. But mostly, it's just,
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's good vibes.
Everybody in a little costume, and the costumes make no sense. Like there's no theme.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like where you go to a Comic-Con and at least you're like, okay, I guess this is a comic book character. It's like there is no theme.
It's Wonderland.
No, it's just like the four of us. We will be like, we should be Super Mario, and then Abbie will be like, I'm going to be the pipe.
I was in the
And
team
you're like,
where
what? But that's how I
everyone
feel
was
like the
like-
scenes are.
wearing tutus and bikini tops during that period. And the masks, the beaded masks, is so crazy. Oh my God.
I'm all in. I love dressing up. So I am all into a theme. I'm like, what do you guys want to do? I just think, and I don't mind Halloween. I like Halloween horror nights. I like all that stuff. You tell me about a theme party, I'm in.
I love dressing
Well,
up.
like when we used to dress up all the time.
Yeah.
We're due for a good dress up night.
Yeah.
Anytime anyone's ready, just drop it in the chat.
I'm down.
You guys both wore your red shirts tonight. I almost ran
know.
and changed.
We didn't plan it. I guess mentally.
We're twinning.
Mhm.
I know.
I know those are almost like superhero outfits.
They are.
Somebody brought up umbrellas earlier in the chat, and I just think umbrellas are Tartarian tech. Like now we block rain with them, but I used to think they probably drew energy. Like somewhere the way they're built is a little too Warden Cliff Tower. It's a little too Tesla energy for me. And so if there was all this Tartarian technology that is at all these world fairs, and you see people riding around on scooters and riding around on people movers and these kind of things, maybe if you can conduct stuff. So like when I was a little kid, there used to be a light bulb you could buy, and you would just touch your fingers on the bottom of it and it would turn on because you were the conductivity to the energy. I just think that's how energy actually is. So if you were just going around and with your little umbrella in the ionosphere drawing energy from it, I think whatever bike you were on or just moved. And this is just what I think today. This is what I was thinking about umbrellas, because all the people back when all had umbrellas. And I just, no one would have their camera out with their puff of in the rain. It doesn't even make sense.
I was
When I made
watching
that noise, I thought I blew my sound off. I was like, what the
I was watching how they made from scratch, like literally from scratch in China. You know those videos that they show them taking elements from all different parts of the earth and they're creating something beautiful from it? But I saw from beginning to end how he created those wooden, beautiful Asian looking umbrellas, and it takes a lot. I mean, a lot. Like the paper, the type of rosin they get from a certain tree, the type, I mean, everything that goes into it, how they make it with silk, and it was just beautiful, a beautiful process. Just to make 9 umbrellas took like probably like 3 months. I was like, holy shit.
Now, are
But
we lumping like parasols in with umbrellas here?
the what?
I think so.
I think so.
The parasol is to block the sun, and the umbrella is supposed to block the rain, right?
Mm,
Ella,
yeah.
Ella. Yeah, supposedly. But I just think Tatarian shit.
I never really got umbrellas because it's like if it's raining so hard that you like, because if it's just a light rain, right? You can walk through a light rain. It's not like it's gonna kill you. If it's raining really hard, well, then an umbrella's not gonna do a whole lot anyway because rain doesn't come straight down. It's always gonna hit you at an angle. So like, great if you can keep the top of your head somewhat dry, but like the rest of you is gonna be drenched anyways. So I don't know. Maybe I never.
Keeping it out of my eyes is a big thing. Like, 'cause that's what I realized living in Oregon because it rains like 11 months out of the year there. It's not like, it's not so much that like you even care about getting wet at a certain point. It's just that like that constantly having to like blink your eyes and close your eyes. That's what always bothered me.
Well, for
So
us,
I
it
like
was,
keeping my face dry.
there's always this saying, don't leave the house with your hair wet. The idea of getting your hair wet and being out in the cold or whatever, let's say it's cold and it's raining and your hair gets wet, there's some superstition about not getting your hair wet and leaving your house, and or just being outside with your hair wet. You get sick easier that way. That's an old wives' tale. I don't know if it's true or not, but I mean, when I do sometimes I feel it. Like I'll get the chills, like I can't adjust my body's temperature quite as well. I've gotten sick a couple times, but is it in my head because I subconsciously know it?
You needed
I
an
don't know.
N95 mask on.
I would never wear one. Mm-mm. Fuck that shit. Mm-mm. What a time. I look back at my Facebook memories about all the fucking schmovid shit. And it's just like, wow, I can't believe we all like witnessed this bullshit. We went through this shit. I can't believe this is fucking history.
I know. How's it going to be written about?
I have no idea. I wonder if it's written in the textbooks yet.
I think it'll be funny too. It's probably gonna have to be like 100 years or more, so that like the lawsuits can't start piling in. They're gonna
Makes
find
sense.
out and be like, well, technically, the N95 masks that were made with different types of synthetic fabrics, like the strap and the elastic and all that. I mean, having that up against your face, maybe you got like microplastics now in your system that maybe people shouldn't have done that. But you know, people were like so primitive back in the 2020s. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah,
you know, it was basically like medieval England at that point.
Like,
that makes sense.
dude, I just call them arrow walkers. Like, go walk an arrow in a supermarket somewhere. Like, I just think that there has to be a whole thing for anxiety. Like, if I were a therapist right now, I would just put a big arrow on the floor and I'd be like, walk in the direction of that arrow, Jennifer. You'll be okay.
6 feet.
Yeah. Like, I just think it's
6
like
feet,
people just
Karen.
need some little bit of control and then they're okay. Like, just stay on that arrow. You'll be okay.
I'm doing this right. All right.
Don't
all
worry.
right. Okay.
As soon as you sit down at the restaurant table, you can take your mask off because, yeah, COVID won't get you there. But as soon as you stand up, you have to put it right back on because that's where that's where it sits.
It's so surreal to me because when you recount that, even when it was
Part
going
of the
on,
atmosphere.
like I didn't see any of that actually happening in like real life. I understand it absolutely was, but it was almost just like watching a weird movie. Like everyone else was like playing along with this weird movie or this weird TV show.
Yeah. Yeah, New York was one of those. Like they had like those airport, what do you call them that you pull and kind of like make a line with them?
Hmm.
What those things, whatever they're called.
Red
I know what you're
velvet
talking about.
ropes, velvet
Yeah.
ropes,
So
people
COVID
dividers.
exists on this side, but not over this side.
It was like a
So
smoking section.
Yeah. In New York
I
City. If you wanted to see the movie, you had to be in New York City to see it, like
I
full
didn't want to
on.
see the movie. No, I saw it on TV.
That's why I left. I couldn't
it
anymore.
took me a long time to find a serving job that I didn't have to wear a mask. Like it took me like holding by my principles of not putting a mask on or testing was a pricey fucking it cost me
first interview.
like oofta. There wasn't any
Yeah.
place that didn't have masks. It was like every place that was serving, you had to wear a mask if you were a server there. And I was like,
First interview, girl. I
Go ahead.
asked them, I was like, do you guys like enforce mask wearing here? They're like, nope. I was like, oh, I love this place. I hope you'll hire me. They hired me right away. It was great.
I had
great.
a job that was fully remote at that time. They didn't even have offices. Even if you wanted to go into an office, you couldn't. It was 100% remote. And they were talking about having all the employees take tests and send in tests to show that like you didn't have COVID, even though like we weren't even going to meet up in public or for any reason at any point. It was like the weirdest thing because I think that it was some sort of a government scam. I think like a whole lot of companies would get paid
DARPA.
now to just push it through and like get the test kits.
I was a
DARPA.
medical marketer when it all started. And you can't even go into a doctor's office. There was like, it was already starting. Like if you had gone to these countries in the blank amount of time, you had to wear a mask to go into the doctor's office. Like it was already starting into a point. And so once I was like, I'm not playing along with this. In an oncology office, forever and always, I would always put a mask on before I went into an oncology office. It was very normal. People were there with no immune system getting their little chemo.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not even going to debate with you about this. I got a business to take care of. But once it all hit, and you guys, part of my appeal is the way I look. Like all the other marketers look like y'all. And so the doctors, they don't want to hang out with me. I have to be like, hey, you watch MMA? You want to play pool? Like I'm not gonna take them out to a steak dinner and like talk them into any thing fucking dreamy. So it's like I gotta become a pal. And so if I have to call them on the phone, it is not the same. And there was really no way to do my life in the COVID world. I painted buildings, I painted houses. It was like such a crazy time now looking back. And not one lick when I kept hearing about all these people. They were like, girl, I'm getting $18,000 a week and I've never even made that much in my life. I was like, what? I never even got unemployment.
Oh, I was making pretty decent actually.
I never got a cent. People were like, I'm getting more unemployment than I ever paid in. I'm like,
that's what helped me move
happening?
Here.
Yeah.
Like it was possible because of that.
You were in New York.
Do you think it's just a coincidence that everyone worked remote for like 2 or 3 years and then all of a sudden AI finally had enough training on how to mimic, human text? Is that just a pure coincidence that those two timelines happen to overlap?
That's why it took so much longer for it to get our hands and our bodies down, because it only saw us like
we weren't
this.
out public enough.
They're like, oh, we're just a face card. That is the other big thing that happened this week is David Wilcock's dying. Oh, who just showed themselves on camera? Let's stop the whole stream.
This is Boo Bear. Boo Bear. This is Boo Bear.
I just saw like cat head come up, and I always think cats know exactly what they're up to. Like, oh, am I on stream? Oh, are there people watching me right now? Are there people looking at this? Lucky them. Anyways, did you guys see that David Wilcock's suicide?
He was kind of an OG, at least in terms of woo-woo space, and like, didn't he say he was the reincarnation of Edgar Casey too?
I think so. I read his book Synchronicity Key way back when.
Yeah, what'd you think?
It was
They're not
pretty
dead.
good. There was things that I didn't agree with, but there were some things that I thought were kind of real. So I think he's interesting. He's an interesting guy.
I don't think they're dead. I think they're off somewhere. And it's all a fucking game. They're not really dead. I don't think so.
I just think
the
he
family
isn't
came
big
out
enough
with
to get
a
on the boat of
statement.
the elite.
They did?
The family came out with a statement that was like, he's definitely dead. Like he didn't. It's not. There's
Ascend.
no conspiracy. That he had been going through all sorts of mental health issues for the last like certain period of time. So and then also the police report basically says that and I might have some of this a little bit wrong, but that he called the cops and like said that there was like some kind of a disturbance, and then they showed up, and then he actually did it in front of all of them, and that this is all on camera, it's all recorded. So maybe it's all AI. Like that's a lot of effort to put into David Wilcock, but who knows?
I mean,
What-
for an alien narrative, I would. I don't know. I would.
He is one of the ancient alien guys. He's one of the OG ancient alien guys. So even in the before there was Gaia, like they made sure we were all inundated with ancient aliens for a long time, and it wasn't just the big-haired guy; it was also David and
The big forehead guy.
Yeah, it wasn't just
Like that's what
like
the alien
aliens.
thing like resonated with me. I was like, man, I mean, look at that though.
Like everyone knew
I
him.
remembered him too.
Oh, poor David Wilcox. He was almost like the Ringo of because of that guy being the John Lennon and the Paul. Nobody remembers any other person from that show, but there was a lot of other like big timey archaeologist type people talking about these kind of theories. But they would go, if you ever watched Ancient Aliens. But David was on there a lot, and supposedly somebody he did a show with or one of his partners died 2 days before him, which then it like brings the sus level up. All the other scientists and whatever that are dying too, it brings the sus level. But people were saying that him and his partner or whatever, somebody had made a 0-point energy vehicle, and they were doing a documentary or had information about it. And so this seems to be like a common thread in a lot of it. It's either time travel or 0-point energy that comes up way past all these aliens for these people. It's not like, oh, they were a CGI artist for NASA and they just died. Like they all have a different kind of tale that they're telling.
Well, I feel like in Synchronicity Key too, he talked about the black sun, and then he went into like I feel like Shadow Zodiac. It was interesting shit. Like it was kind of interesting theories, and it made kind of sense. But
and Guy is a piece of shit, but apparently he was suing them. Like I don't know. So I'm not the David Wilcock.
Who was
expert.
suing who?
He was suing them.
Who?
Gaia.
Oh, guy. Okay, I thought like what guy?
That Gaia.
Yeah, okay.
Gaia. Like I said it like the nanny.
I don't know. I feel like they're all lying.
The whole thing, though, this is just that's what's happening in my Robin Quivers. But I agree with you, Layla. I feel like it's all part of the Blue Beam narrative. It all feels like a buildup of the same thing. Like,
and then look, you see, we told you. Look, there's aliens. You see, he was right. Oh, he was right, and he was right. You see, they all got killed for bullshit. You're all off on the island. Pay me $5 million a year, and I'll shut the fuck up.
That's what Joe Rogan said.
Yep.
And look at Joe Rogan. He got big deals after it. He
Absolutely.
became the #1 podcaster.
You hear me? Pay me $5 million.
What about if it's not even about shutting the fuck up. What about if you have to do rituals? Will you take part? Are you spirit cooking with Marina?
No.
That's what
if
it's
I have
about.
to kill a life, no.
You shutting up means nothing. They'll shut you up if they want to. They want your soul.
Yeah, I feel like as soon as you're like, yeah, I'll take the 5 million, like they drive you to the island and then like you again. Like how it would just be so much, because otherwise it's almost like the person that pays the blackmail ransom over and over again. Because what, like every 5 years, they're like, all right, we're blackmailing you again. We still got this ransom. It's like at a certain point, you gotta take out the person that's got the blackmail on you.
If you want to
Yeah.
think of like how we were talking earlier, like we are like the tesseract, we are the higher intelligence and future proofs past and all of that, like then we are really the creators of this
I
when you
feel
really
like
think of it. So
pulling
it's
the
like if
bit.
with that mindset, ritual? What ritual? What are you talking about? That's all bullshit, you know? Like it's in the end of the day, does that even really matter? Knowing if that is the truth? They have to know some truth that we don't know that they do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Something that's like
But
you tell anybody, that's it, you're dead. Like your whole bloodline is dead.
I was just thinking, I don't know. I was kind of derailed. Like, I don't even know if this is what you're talking about, but I just think that the rituals and stuff become the emotional hot points for the threads on the tesseract, so you can
Mm,
manipulate the time and you can re-enter at that point. Like, I don't know.
yeah.
I feel like those huge emotional hot points are like where the tesseract is most vulnerable and where you could actually, those are entry points for time travel.
Exclamation points.
Yeah.
I
And
think
then if we have the whole world doing it, like how many people, like September 11th would be a great one because everyone remembers exactly where they're at. So you could actually travel in your own timeline back to that point. Like
Hmm.
certain things like that are like, I don't know.
Timeline moments of the
Yeah.
but
loop.
you as a human who has feeling and emotion and empathy, it would be easier for you to travel on such a thing because you can recall those things in your life.
Hmm.
If you're a narcissist and you're not attached to anything, or if you're a psychopath or a sociopath,
Yeah.
you don't have any attachment. You don't remember a time and a space. You remember you. You remember
Yeah.
like if you saw a picture of you to be like, oh, I looked good in that outfit or
You know,
whatever.
Yeah.
But you have no attachment to the day of the thing.
aside from like the narcissist part of that, but everything else sounded like the new age promise of living in the moment and not being attached to material things, right?
Well,
Like
if they told you that, wouldn't that be so brilliant? Live in the moment, live in the moment. Get rid of anything that matters to you. Throw it away, Marie Kondo it. And then you get rid of all this shit and you slowly, like in the same way those people, there's tribes, they're like, no, you can't take a picture of me. No, I don't want any pictures around. I don't want. Because there is a proof that if you take a picture of something on your phone, it does not store in your long-term memory. So it's gone. You don't remember those moments. So the more we actually give the computer, the less powerful we'd be to travel on such a thing. Whereas if you were somebody that had some life before technology, you'd be so much better at it. Like none of the kids, you're like, oh, I remember where I was when I beat that video game. Like you don't have
Yeah.
that. Like I just think you need because your sorrow, I think, would be the pinpoint. It's or you would have some moments of love, like, oh my gosh, I remember when my grandma, I'll never forget that moment that she taught me that thing and the way she smelled and blah. But it's like your moments where you're like, I remember when blank died. I remember when this happened to me. Like you would remember those moments. And so almost like a traumatized person, like the meek would inherit the earth. A person that went through a lot would be the person that would and was present in the moments and like healed from them and knew all the thing. That would actually be, they would be the best tesseract traveler.
Yeah. I agree.
The meek would inherit the tesseract. That's new project Chaney merch.
Jesus.
Love it.
Oh my gosh, that is so crazy and out there. What a crazy conversation, but I dig it.
But this is only like a portion of the conversations we have on the back end sometimes, you guys. Like the
Yeah.
Tesseract theory. Oh my gosh.
Well, the Tesseract theory isn't
We've done
far off
bull
of the time travel theory, and I don't think there is a major news organization that hasn't somewhere this week posted something about time travel. I feel like
and I'm
it's
telling you,
just
time travel
all-
isn't a machine like the way we were taught. It literally is the fucking Tesseract. It's, I don't know.
you know what? Part of this feels so cyclical too, because when the Roswell story came out, there was this whole flurry of like even respected news companies were talking about military disclosure of possible alien technology and it's like you think about that prior to like right now because it's going on. You think about that before and like that's kind of when like the Andy Griffith show was on and like Leave It to Beaver, it was like this old retro thing. But now that it's happening again, it seems like people are like, oh my God, this is all groundbreaking. We've never been down this before. It's like, actually we have. Go look at what everyone was talking about in the papers in like the 50s. There was so much of this exact same thing going on. But in the 50s, they also came out with some brand new technology that all of a sudden, I think the big one that a lot of conspiracy theorists point to was like the transistor, that like the Roswell crash happened and they allegedly like recovered something, and then bam, all of a sudden transistors are being mass produced and being used in all this different technology everywhere.
I believe that
Interesting.
I mean, and again, we did just kind of get functional AI on like a very base level, but that was kind of aligns with like all the UFO disclosure crap.
Is beaming up to somewhere crazy? Because the whole thing is it would take apart your particles and put them back together. And then I've seen people philosophize this, that it would never be you again when you got there. Like you'd always be a different you than when you got to that. You would just be a copy of who you were with all the knowledge up until that moment.
How would you even know if you got assembled the right way? You wouldn't even know.
But if your emotions didn't jump, or if you didn't jump into that thing, that would be, you would be the only one that you'd be lost. Nobody else would know, but you'd just be lost in the quantum. My if your soul doesn't jump into the thing.
And this is the Star Trek version, but like my favorite theory was that every time someone entered that little like teleportation device, that they died and like a new version of them was born. So like if you use that thing 100 times, that you've literally died over 100 times.
What about if that was born again?
If you
just portaled back. You portaled like, oh, and you come through the water to like represent the like, oh, I went under the water and then I came back through the portal. And we always talk about like portals being in water and how the rocket arcs toward the Bermuda Triangle. And I just see the stars like a cipher. And I think the certain people on the planet and maybe religions at a time, or maybe all the people of Tartaria knew that when it turned like a safe lock, like the way that little, like if you were like listening and you could hear everything get right with a safe to it to be right. I think that's how the stars are above us. And I think portals open in places. And I think they would put these big monuments in those places because you would be welcoming people from other lands to your place. It wouldn't be about you leaving. It would be like a welcome, like an airport, like, ooh, welcome to Orlando. Like, here's some Mickey Mouse dolls and here's a bunch of dolphins. That's kind of how I feel like it all could have been. I just think there was more information out there. I don't believe in space travel and rockets, but I do think there's something with the abyss. I think there's something with, I don't give a shit. They're not going down to the Titanic that much. Like,
yeah,
they're just, who gives a shit? You know how many ships have sank? Like, what are they going down there for so much all the time? And where are all these rogue icebergs in the Atlantic? Like, we never hear about them. You never see anyone. They're like, look, I'm on my cruise boat on the Atlantic and there's an iceberg. I just think crazy. Of course, that
lot
was
of theatrics.
Just crazy.
Not just any iceberg. It was a black iceberg.
Was it really?
It was, yeah.
A black ice in the wow.
Because what happens is that an iceberg, as it like moves around, it can like pull up sediment, and then it's very rare, but an iceberg will flip upside down, so it's like the dirty part. And apparently, like this is like if you actually even go with the official story, but like the one of the versions is that it was the completely silent night. So normally you would at least see the waves breaking at the edge of an iceberg. So even if you saw a black iceberg, which in itself was incredibly rare, even if there was a black iceberg, you'd see the waves crashing on it and know there was an iceberg there. So that literally everyone on the boat, because it was like the first time in like 2 decades, it was completely still, no wind, no waves crashing, nothing. Plus there was a black iceberg that they didn't even realize it was there until they actually hit it, because the original plan, the conspiracy version, was that they were going to intentionally hit an iceberg and then blame it and then get the insurance money and all that. And they even had like a little a passenger ship that was right next to it. It had 3,000 blankets and 3,000 life coats and everything. So like they had a whole plan where they were going to save everyone allegedly, but they actually ran into this other iceberg before they hit the one that they were going to like plan on using for the insurance scam. So because of all of like this weird perfect storm with the black iceberg, which they didn't expect, and the still water, which they didn't expect, it ends up everyone like 1,500 people end up drowning. But there was literally a lifeboat waiting for them, like not even a mile away.
What?
But didn't a lot of the boats too, they didn't want to go until the Titanic all the way sank because they were scared of getting pulled under? So they had to
That's
wait
the
till the
theory.
boat went all the way down.
That's the theory. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
the Titanic, they didn't even have enough lifeboats, but I think John Astor or his wife, I think there's some truth to this heart diamond bullshit that they put in the movie Titanic, but I think it's smarter than that. It's not a stupid diamond that's valuable out of money. It has technology, or it's something that they had that we'll do this whole thing, we'll take him out, blah blah blah, we'll ransack his offices, we'll find this thing, but they traveled with it on him. I think whatever they are looking for is in the Titanic with John's body. And so every time they go down there looking for this thing, they're looking for one skeleton somewhere on this boat.
What I think it was a reference to Tesla technology because
That's what I think too.
because John Jacob Astor was the last
That's
remaining
what I think
financier of Tesla.
Brittany approves too. She put it in her video.
Of what?
The whole diamond of the Titanic thing. Like it's in one of her videos.
Who?
And
Britney Spears.
Really?
Yeah, you don't know what I'm talking about?
but he was like the biggest backer of Tesla
Tesla.
technology, and that we would have gotten, instead of all these wires that exist all over there isn't a place you look in this country, they'll be like, man can't even go there, it's too high, and you'll see telephone poles. Like sometimes when I'm just driving, I'm like, dang, those look like old ass poles. I wonder how they got them up there. Like just anywhere, USA, in the middle of the Rocky Mountains, telephone poles. I'm like, I'm at the beach, I can't even get bars, but I'm in a world run by all this junk satellites. Sure, Jan.
Oops, I did it again, because in that she's like she pulls out the necklace or something and is like, but wait, isn't this? And then she's like, yeah, yes, it is. And then it's supposed to be the heart of the ocean. It's a reference to the whole Titanic of it all.
It just stops in the middle of the song, and it just stops, chunk, and then she's like, wait, isn't
Cut out
this blah
scene.
blah blah,
Yeah.
and blah 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 blah, and then blink, and then did it again.
Yep.
I
And
know what
I
part
always
you're
thought that was
talking
so
about.
random. I'm like, why did they put that in there? Maybe there's a sign. Give
But
me a
if it is
sign.
all Tesla and it is all Tesla technology, then it's also all been coming up this week with John Trump. It's all like Trump's uncle being the one to get all the paperwork out of his New York City apartment.
Just another coincidence, though.
Yeah. And the MIT being all involved in it. Because then later, who else we find at MIT? Isn't that a big Epstein school? Isn't that one of the places?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just am like, honestly, if you're one of these bazillionaires, are you trying to get to Mars? Or are you trying to figure out time travel? And then you see Elon write all
Time
these
travel,
posts where
shit.
he's like, whoever controls the future controls the present. Like, he always puts these posts out. So I just feel like, what is going to Mars? It doesn't even make sense. We know the Catholic Church, the Vatican, coronavisor. They probably looked at their coronavisor and they were
When I
like,
hear Mars,
Candace Owens, you better get home, girl. The shit's about to hit the fan.
when I hear Mars, I hear Mar. When I hear Mar, I hear ocean. And I don't think it's Mars. I think it's, like you said, somewhere inside.
More.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the sea to me.
The Mary. Damar.
Yeah. Well, it's I don't know. I just don't think this. Like, come on. I don't know what we're up to with all the space agencies and even all their logos. And I don't know if you guys saw that
Integrity. What the fuck is that?
China, they just had their space mission. Did you guys see this?
No.
No.
Let me pull up
Oh
some
my
video
God. Where'd they
for
go?
you guys. I think to the moon.
Oh,
I took it so it was like a anime. I was like, I don't watch anime. China space. This is how. Oh my gosh! Even seeing it again, it makes me. Let me turn this shit down. Sorry, you guys, when you hear it in your ears too. I hope they don't get me on like copyright. Okay.
看到动物摇航的人已经被排除他了。你们欢迎航行。看到动物摇航的人已经被排除他了。
Can you guys see it?
What are they're doing like a PR thing or training or what?
No, they went to space. It landed. Let me read about it.
Oh, this is them recovering the capsule?
Yeah, this is them coming out of their little burnt up capsule. And see their little blinking light on the top? They put him in his little chair. Let's see what it says. Chinese astronauts from the space station return to Earth.
So they land in the middle of the desert, and we always land in the ocean.
I want to know how we
It
take.
seems like you would break your legs and everything in that impact.
Don't you just wonder, like, how we all just take their word for it without even going and like actually seeing it for ourselves and just like believing it? And just like, just like have full faith that all of this is real. It's so weird to me. It's so weird. I can't. I was one of
think
those people.
Sometimes I want to be like, oh, they're so dumb. But then I also think they're so sweet that they wouldn't lie to somebody. So they would never even assume a government would lie to them. Like, I
Yeah,
want to hate
that's
on
what
them
it is.
sometimes, but then sometimes I'm just like, they're just naive
They
in a
see
way
the good
that
in people.
they're
Yeah.
like, my country cares about me. Like, my king cares about me. My pope cares about me. Look at, he just blessed me. Oh my gosh, it's going to save my child. I'm going to be able to walk again.
I don't even know if it's necessarily like, oh, my government wants to protect me. It's more of like when DDT was a big thing and they were spraying it everywhere, and the idea was almost like, well, it can't be that bad, because if it was so bad, like the government would have stepped in by now. Like they wouldn't just let someone spray a bunch of research chemicals that haven't been tested or anything. Like the government wouldn't do that. That's the whole reason you have the government, is to prevent that. Like for example, I saw a documentary recently where they talked to USDA inspectors, and they're talking about what like USDA approved really means when you go to the store and it's like this past USDA inspection. And one of them works at one of these chicken farms, and they say that you have one USDA inspector per line, and they have to check 170 chickens per minute, and they're just whipping by on like these little conveyor belts, and all they're really doing is looking for ones that look weird. But then the question comes up, and it's like, but can you see salmonella with your eyeballs? Like that's not how it works. You have to like blend it and do like
You said 100 and something per
reaction.
minute. That's more than 1 per second.
Correct. You have to
That's
review
insanity.
100 and saying. So essentially all it is a checkbox. When you say USDA approved, it was just a checkbox that says a human USDA inspector was on this line.
Was there.
What was there? They were just in the vicinity when this thing passed by, and that's it. And that every single USDA inspector that exists across, at least for inspecting beef and chicken and all this other stuff, like they're just there to fill a seat, and they're not actually doing anything of use, which amounts to like hundreds of millions of dollars. And I just think that like that's the level, right, where people are like, well, at least the government, is like inspecting food, and at least they're keeping our supply chain safe. Like, nah, you're just paying someone to sit in a chair and check a box and to make you feel good about it.
Yeah,
like,
it's
well,
like
at
in
least
every industry. Like when you think about it, it starts from infancy, and it's like with contracts and the print of the soul and the blood mark and the testing and the circumcision and then the injecting and then the fucking creams and then the food, the air, like it's a penetration of everything that exists about us. And it makes me say, like, what the fuck are we? That they're doing all of this theatrics, all of this for just us slaves. And it's like, why? Why all of this, all the theatrics, all the movie, all the characters that we've seen our entire lives, for what purpose? And I feel like there's a big secret to who we are, and that's what they're hiding. And it's all fun. Like I get all this is so, but it's just so much theatrics and not enough truth, like physical truth that I can go and see. Take us on these field trips. Take us people to go see the moon. Take us, like train us people. Oh no, you don't have money. You don't have the credentials. Well, you can make it happen. There's tons of money out there. There's tons of things that we can do to make
Honestly,
these things
looking
happen.
at these idiots play with a toilet for fucking 10 days, I feel like it's way scarier to fly any jet in the actual world than the shit we watched that. Like they were, look, my hair. Like you'd never be able to fly any jet in the world and have your hair unclipped.
My product placement, my toys.
Yeah, like you wouldn't have
It's
a
just-
floaty toy around your mock jet of whatever it was going. It's like, Layla, I think you could go up there right now. Like
Yeah,
if it
dude.
were real, what are they trained in?
Nothing, really. I
I
swear.
mean, what are we doing here? Like they didn't know how to zoom in on their camera phone, that's for sure. Because we all got better pictures of the moon. Like
Yeah.
it's so
Well, that
silly.
was the claim of Spaceport in New Mexico, was that like normal, quote unquote, normal people could go out in space, but the tickets were $200,000 a piece for like the shortest like 9-minute version of it.
Oh yeah, remember
but it's
Lance
not even
Bass
in
was supposed to go.
space. It was just like, in a certain atmosphere.
Well,
Low Earth
that's
orbit.
a different one. That one was I can't remember. It was like the suborbit or something like that. There's the version where you get the zero gravity experience because they can like tilt it down at just the right angle that it simulates
Like,
like zero
free fall.
gravity. But the one that was in Spaceport America, there was a couple of them. One of them would like actually bring you just to the brink of space so that you could see the world if it existed, from up there. But then the other one was the SpaceX version. Is their concept is that they would fly you straight up in a line and then wait for the Earth to rotate under you and then come back down. So if you wanted to, like, instead of you flying from Florida to China, you would just fly straight up and then wait there for China to be under you and then just come straight back down. And that was like way more, it was according to like their math, that would have been easier and cheaper to do. But so I guess space isn't real, so that's why it didn't pan out.
Yep. Here we have it.
Zeppelins. I mean, if the Earth spent 10,000 miles an hour, or 1,000 miles an hour, I don't know what space.
Well,
math is.
that's the
Yeah, it'd be
actual
so
premise
fast.
that was based. The problem was that people were probably like, yeah, but I can just take a flight for like 700, maybe like 2,000 for first class, and you're telling me this is going to cost 200,000, and I got to drive to New Mexico in order to do it? Like, no, thank you.
Yeah, it seems, I don't know. Remember when Lance Bass was going to go up and then they were like, look at Katy Perry went up and the firework, she's a firework, and William Shatner. Like they sent that old ass guy to space, that old ass guy. Like people can't even pass physicals for, I'm like, Layla, there is not. If Katy Perry and Gail King, Oprah's man bride, went to low Earth orbit, supposedly, and they landed in the desert the exact same way China did. What was all that kookiness? Why would you even attempt? Okay, we're gonna fly and we're gonna land in the ocean steamless. No, there's gonna be no steam, not even a bubble of water. You're not even gonna see a fish float up, even though it's 4,000 degrees. We're telling you as it's coming in, or what it was 25,000, but it's gonna be 4,000 when it lands. I don't know what bullshit. Again, you guys, I don't know space.
Being Katy Perry, bro, at her level, and maybe she had been to the island and done all this pedophilic shit at her level of success that she's at. Yeah, I'll say that I went to space. How much you gonna pay me? Sure.
Well, guess what you get as your reward? You get to date and get impregnated with a prime minister of Canada. And so then your child will be able to run for prime minister in one lifetime.
And who's his who's like
Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, and who's his father?
Castro.
There you go. A lovely bloodline.
Yeah, so that's Katy Perry. If you just fake space.
Children will be
we also
set
need you to
alight.
pretend Russell Brand is a man. So you're going to need to be married to Russell Brand, and you're going to need to pretend to everyone that's not a woman.
And why don't you go ahead and rub your snatch in this drunk girl's face?
Oh, yeah. And while you're at it, Ruby Rose, make sure you slap her with your big Montana on the way out. Because orange is the new black. I think we wrote Katy Perry's script, and then to cap it all off, she was John Benet Ramsey.
Yeah, we can't forget that.
Can you imagine? That's the whole tale. Like what happened to John Benet? You're gonna need to sit down for this.
Who else did they say that John Benet was? Some
Pam Bondi.
Yeah, Pam.
Some of them I just love. Anytime I see one that I never heard before, I'm like,
that one's a good one though. Pam Bondi is a good one.
Dude, it actually was like, but then somebody else, when I was like, I feel like I put something somewhere, like it's John Benet, Pam Bondi, and somebody put underneath it, no, Pam Bondi's, hold on, Heather O'Rourke from Poltergeist. And I was like, oh, that's better. Because Pam Bondi's age, too, is close. Because Pam Bondi's not young. She's like 60.
That makes more sense to me, honestly.
And I thought that was like,
that's
a
in here
good
that
one.
I saw?
I usually roll my eyes at these theories, although I have to admit there was one in the mid-2000s about Johnny Ghosh being this guy, Jeff Gannon, who, like, he ended up being some kind of call boy for Washington, D.C. that was like a Republican reporter. And that one, I like when people started saying that was Johnny Gush, I think that I was actually in on that one. So I can't criticize people for not being in on other ones.
I used to miss when everyone didn't have the internet in their hand, because sometimes we would like be at a party and I would just make up things on the spot to make myself laugh. And most of the time, I would remember to be like, I was just bullshitting. But sometimes life would go on in the party and I would forget to tell somebody. And I would lay one of those crazy things like, well, Heather O'Rourke's Pam Bondi. Like, but I would just make it up crazier on the spot about like something and then move on. And then I'd be like, oh shit, I did not tell that person. But it wasn't the same where you just, let me text him right now. It was like, next time I see him, I'll tell him. And then you see him 2 years from now, you don't remember. They're like, oh, this is the bitch that told me that crazy shit about. And I'm like, it's not real.
Let me stop. I was going to say something, but never mind. It's not real. Is it real?
It's not real. But
unless
anyways,
it's real.
Yeah, so I do think the influencers all going to Rome is interesting and seems like as coordinated as all the scientists going missing.
Is that confirmed that they actually all went to Rome?
Well, that's where I know that Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes went to Rome. Ian Carroll just wrote like a thing like, in lieu of David Wilcock, I just wanted everyone to know I'm fine. I'm just taking a week off of my show. I'm hanging out with family, something. Like he just wrote something. But then like other in the sphere, I guess, of people in this podcasting realm have all been like, oh, my show's canceled impromptu. Candace was funny because she wrote like, I forgot that I didn't tell you guys that I was going out of town with my family this week. And so, yeah, I keep hearing Rome.
No, that's just, it sounds like you got to put in for vacation time with your audience when you get big enough. Like you gotta be like, hey audience, I'm thinking about scheduling some vacation time with my family. Is that okay? Like, are you guys going to freak out and say that I killed myself?
Well, it does seem like if you're like one of those people that you're like, oh, I found out some more information about Fort Huachuca and who really killed Charlie Kirk. I'll tell you next week.
Information that can lead to the arrest of the Clinton.
Yeah, that can lead to the rest of the like, oh, the killer of Jeffrey Epstein. I'm going to tell you next week. If you're one of the people that always tell your audience and everything's pushed that the whole time, then it's like she always leaves them on a cliffhanger.
Well, that's the QAnon formula.
She leaves them on a cliffhanger.
I just realized
more is the QAnon formula.
Well, because the QAnon formula, a lot of those posts would end in like, just wait, like this something's going to happen. This person's going to go to jail, and then it would be like TikTok.
they want to pardon, what's her name? Ghislaine Maxwell, I hear also. That's another cliffhanger. From what I hear.
Trying to find all the stuff.
So they don't want to do firing squad on her?
On who, Ghislaine?
On stage, right? Yeah.
I don't know. I found out today. I was like, what?
Apparently there's no victims and there's no perpetrators, right? So what is she even in trouble for?
Really?
Yeah. Wow. After all of that, nothing.
Chemical spraying drones were
Interesting,
I
huh?
don't really think the most obvious answer for no one getting in trouble is that it's not worth any money to just get people in trouble. Like the amount of money that blackmail has to be worth, like whatever the videotapes are that the FBI raided, like when you're just going to turn that over to the public for free. Remember the Rob Blagojevich scandal where he was like, what was he, like governor or something of Chicago, and they got him on recording saying like, I'm not just going to give up this position, like it's where like I'm going to get some money out of this thing. Like he was trying to sell his position somehow to somebody on his way out of office. I feel like it's the exact same thing where someone's got their hand on this evidence and it's like, what, I'm just going to turn this over to the American people so people go to jail and I don't make any money off this. Like I could probably make like $100 million off this evidence.
Yeah.
Keep the blackmail going, huh?
Did you guys see how there's like the whole thing where the Southern Poverty Law Center was like giving money to the Aryan Nation and the Ku Klux Klan? And this is pretty much, I feel like we just talked about this, where it's like, it's
something with the
obviously
DOJ, right?
Well, the DOJ is investigating all of it. I think the DOJ and FBI, but
this goes back so deep too, because this is part of Oklahoma City conspiracy lore, that even the lead up to Oklahoma City was essentially being funded by and planned by the SPLC. And there essentially is because they need a boogeyman, so they get public funding and then they buy a boogeyman with it.
And so how we were saying, like, you want certain rules passed in your town, then it's easy for anyone to put a white Ku Klux Klan mask on and go scare the shit out of people. So the Southern Poverty Law Center was paying people to do that. So then they could come in and be the hero of it. They were creating a Joker, but they were paying for both sides. But I just think this is going to be, because they found out this was happening with BLM and they found out it's happening with the Southern Poverty Law Center. And I just think this is what's happening. Like, and that is what's happening. I feel like this is what we've been saying.
In the George Floyd aspect, there was SPLC presence, but I think that it shifted to, what was it called, CARE or something, which is like the Islamic version. And that all of a sudden, like, this is a pretty decent, like, deep George Floyd, Trayvon Martin conspiracy thread, but that the BLM movement got hijacked and turned into like a pro-Islam movement, and that's where like all of that inertia ended up going into.
There does seem like a huge push.
Well, that was like the whole like pro-Palestinian angle. Like if you can look at the trajectory, a lot of the BLM protesters and the Antifa protesters, when BLM stopped being in vogue, it shifted towards like pro-Palestinian. So like there was an actual concerted effort to redirect the energy from one movement into another movement, and that's very similar to how the SPLC had previously worked for the first like 3 or 4 decades before George Floyd and the I think it was called Cairn or something. I don't know the exact acronym of it, but it was like the American Islamic, such and such.
I think they're going to find out a whole bunch. There's a whole bunch less trans people too, and they were just paying a whole bunch of dudes to put on tutus. Because when you look at the percentage of rate of men to women that are actually trans, I'm like, this could all be fake. They're like some like illegal. Now they have a paycheck and they're like, cool, I'll go sit in the ladies' room in my tutu. This is fantastic. I'm getting paid for this. Like, this isn't even a goat. This is amazing. Sorry, I went too far. Sorry, I went too far and got a little racist. You can decide what race. But yeah, I just think it's hella interesting what's going on in the world. And it just seems like disclosure is everywhere. Like, hey, you guys, aliens, and hey, there's demons over here, and hey, this is happening. And oh, by the way, you're being fleeced at every corner. Like, yeah, that too. Like,
I'm not going to believe it until the guy from Blink 182 confirms it for me.
Yeah, until Tom DeLonge comes out.
That's when you know that it's real.
Makes a band. Called it. What else? I feel like we covered the news this week. I don't think I forgot anything. Oh, I guess.
Did I mention my interview with Tanya Yaki? I don't know if I mentioned it because I think we skipped last week, didn't we?
We did not talk about it.
So I had a 3-hour interview with Tanya Yaki, who was the wife of the first responder at Oklahoma City. And long story short, her husband died under very suspicious circumstances, like shot himself in the head at like an angle that you can't really reach, and like the most suspicious you can imagine. So that we actually talked about it on the anniversary of Oklahoma City, which was April 19th. So that I got to edit it and get it up still. But I think that's going to be a pretty important interview. Like maybe even puts me on like an actual shit list somewhere.
That's awesome.
No, it seems really important. I feel like
it does.
The Oklahoma City to Waco to Bundy Ranch, everything that was happening in the country. I want to say, was Elian Gonzalez around the same time?
I think that was late 90s.
I feel like it was early 90s.
Was it?
Let me ask my robot. When did Elian Gonzalez get taken back to Cuba?
Do you want me to use ChatGPT?
Oh my gosh, 100% of the time, Siri, you're useless.
I think you mean Ian Gonzalez.
She just corrected me how I said his name.
June 2000, after the US Supreme
Oh, it
Court
was way
cleared the way
later.
for his
It was in
return.
2000.
Wow.
It was way later. Way later. I was thinking it was early 90s for some reason in my head. But it does all connect to that same time with the Bundy Ranch and the Oklahoma City bombing and the Waco, Texas. It's all super interesting.
Well, the OKC in particular, Oklahoma City in particular, is just crazy that this SPLC thing. And ultimately, I do strongly believe that even though I believe it's accurate that all the claims being made against the Southern Poverty Law Center, but I think that this is so outlandish sounding. Like the people that would ultimately have to agree that this happened would be the people that have been funding it and like passing government funding for it and everything. They're just going to be like, this is a political witch hunt. They're using hyperbole. This is just like all politicized, even though it's all true and you can trace it. It sounds so crazy that the people that would need to acknowledge it are never going to acknowledge it anyways.
And the head of all these groups, every single KKK organization, Grand Wizard, throughout your lifetime, you can find a picture of these people kissing Hillary Clinton on the mouth and loving on Joe Biden.
Donald Byrd is the big one.
Yeah,
he was the one that was the poster boy that like they actually had photos of him wearing like the little silk gown and everything.
And so I just think it's funny that you never see these guys. They'll be like, Trump said this guy's name. And you're like, have you seen Hillary's making out with this homie?
Here's Donald Byrd blowing a Grand Wizard right now.
I know. I feel like I have that picture. Like I just posted it today. It's so funny. Oh,
and
yeah.
I remember Biden getting called out for that. For like, well, you hung out with,
funny.
Donald Byrd.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is so great, Thomas, that you brought this up. It's just so good. He's
He
like,
was reformed. He reformed himself.
I know, but how many men would be able to touch your face like that? But
Gross.
he's like, thank you for the few million you got me. And she said, anytime, I'm going to be president soon.
Don't worry, I got you.
I'm
back.
never going to
My turn.
lose.
I got you. We're gonna do water human testing. Don't worry, I'll bring my hot sauce.
I got the hot sauce. That's so crazy.
Fucking witch.
Oh, this is so weird that I was going to bring up to July 6th, 7/6, the 2022, the Georgia Guidestone Day, which I saw somebody post this. I wish I could give credit to whoever that I saw it from. Somebody said 6/7 does matter because if you take 100, take away 6/7 is 33. And so it's like even in the reverse of it, they're still kind of getting us with 33 because everybody's 6/7.
Oh
So
my
I just thought
God.
that was like,
It's the anti-33. They're actually like white hats fighting the Masons. Are all of these
think
Zoomers.
mirror. It's an
Fuck
inversion.
33. It's just
Brain rot
insane.
is actually meant to take down Freemasonry.
And then, do you guys have anything to plug this week? Are you doing anything spectacular, fun?
Not at all.
No. I need
I'm
to.
working on my adrenochrome book some more.
That's
Good.
fantastic. Good. Get it
That's
out.
what we want to hear, really.
Get it out
Yeah.
before somebody does it piss poorly and just
Yeah,
Yes.
well, you know what? I'm really not afraid of that because I'm convinced that no one's gonna have the amount of information and the receipts. Like part of the big holdup for me too is having footnotes and a whole like works cited and here's the article and here's where it was published and the exact episode and like the movie name. I hate it when a book makes the claim and it's like there was a movie in
No
the 19
reference.
Like, where the fuck do you
Politician in
find it? Yeah.
1994. Tell me who said it, what exactly is the quote, what was the date that they said it, like, so I want to make sure that it's got all that.
sourced.
So even if someone churns something out, I feel like I could guarantee it's not going to be at the level that I've got. So
or
like, don't even waste your time.
once you cut it down, just make a big fat solid rad book with tons of good pictures in it and tons of like do it all the way. And I know like printing a book like that gets pricey, but I think I think people want that book.
Yeah, they do.
I think people are
want
so
it, so
curious.
that's the only thing
Yeah.
that matters. Like, everything that I've ever made, it's because I wanted it. It didn't exist, so it's the same story here.
See, that's
That's
part
the
of
way
the
it
It'd be
is.
nice
tesseract.
to have it to be like, look, I'm not fucking paranoid. This is a real thing.
Do you ever think that sometimes you're just like writing your little story or doing your little fiction and then the thing happens in real life and you're like, was that a download? Does
Probably
that ever
was.
happen to you, Thomas?
Not really like the closest one would be like this Oklahoma City or like SPLC thing. Like I've got a comic that I'd been working on for a minute about Oklahoma City. So like whenever something all of a sudden people care about again for a blip in time, that's the closest I get because I don't really do prophecy stuff, but it's more like nobody cares about MK. Like for a great example is I started working on my very first comic series in 2003 or 4, which ends up being called Time Samplers, which is about these like survivors of Project Monarch that went and sat in the chair and like opened up a rift to another dimension and all that, like way before the Monarch script for Stranger Things existed. Like I've got evidence of me already pre-publishing some of the original stories. So I guess like that's the kind of thing. It's more like not an event that happens, but people caring about Project Monarch all of a sudden. Like no one even knew about it, and then all of a sudden it's like one of the biggest shows on TV.
I know. It's like somewhere in the conspiracy realm, even though part of it, it's like your whole life you spent like, no, this is really happening, telling people, no, this is happening. Like, wake up, wake up. And now it's like you showed somebody like your favorite B-side song And now that song is a radio hit, and you're like, wait, this is my favorite song. I didn't really want it to be all your guys' favorite song too, but that's what it kind of feels like.
I think another analogy for it would be like if you went to like you're listening to a car commercial, or like you're playing someone like your favorite song. Like here's this oldie that I remember, and then like a Zoomer's like, oh yeah, that's that car commercial song. That's that Hyundai song, and it's like, no, that's not where it came from. We're like, oh, it's the Ozempic song, right? And it's like, no, that was actually like an actual song before
You're
that.
like, no, it was Outcast. That is how it feels like. I know I hear song, but I'm so MK Ultra that there's that like bop where it's like, I'm in heaven with my boyfriend, and it used to be a Mariah Carey thing, and it was also like it's been us all three of the songs. I like it. All three of the eras. I like it in the late 70s. I like it when Mariah hits it. And then I think there's a rap song over it now. And I'm like, oh, this is a bop.
Yeah.
But it's part of my MK Ultra. I'm like probably laying there in my little ooze, my pink ooze. And every once in a while, the octopus comes by and it's like, I'm in heaven. Anyways. Oh, yes. Tom Tom Club. Another one of Lisa Vanderpump's restaurants, oddly enough.
Weird.
I never heard that version until Chaney showed me. I was like, oh shit.
It's a bop.
It's so good. I enjoyed it.
Well, you guys, we love you so much. Thank you for hanging out with us like you always do. If you feel like hitting the thumbs up on the way out or any of the stuff, make sure you follow everyone. Weren't our names up? Like, didn't I get our names up on the screen?
I don't remember, honestly.
I feel like I worked on it last week and now they're gone again. I wanted to be like, follow everyone, but I think everybody's listed below, and anywhere that you're watching this right now, in the links, everybody's listed. So make sure you're following them. And if you're looking for cool comics or merch or fun stickers, you can go to paranoidamerican.com and get the best stuff. And you were on Tinfoil Hat this week, so you can go check that out. You can go to Nephilim Death Squad if you want to listen to Thomas talk about other smart shit. But because you were on Tinfoil Hat, that means Chaos Twins is coming.
Yeah, I mean, Sam does a quick little announcement, but we're waiting on Sam. Like the comic's done, the campaign is like ready to go. Sam just needs to basically get approved on Kickstarter so we can hit the button.
All right. So you guys will know you guys will be some of the first to know. So make sure you're following if you're not already.
Yeah.
We love you so much. XOXO
Love
Gossip
you.
Girl. Bye-bye.
Can you save us, Britney Spears? Can we be saved? God, why is Satan controlling the universe?
Here comes Santa. Here comes the world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, mystics, infiltrating cunnilinguist good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically good guys. Conspiracies, sex, cults, Jamaicans, it's okay to change your thinking. Good guys, good guys, good guys, good guys. The world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, mystics, infiltrating cunnilinguist good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically good guys. Conspiracies, sex, cults, Jamaicans, it's okay to change your thinking. Good guys, good guys, good guys, good guys.
You're still here? It's over.